Hey, good morning. Happy Sunday, and welcome back to the Morgan Monroe State Forest out here today. Check this out. The leaves are starting to turn, and it's going to look nice out here. Oh, get out to the antenna cam and let the white light balance out there. So as you can see out there, the leaves are starting to change. It is getting cold here in Indiana, and today it's not too bad. If you saw the social media post I put out, 46 degrees Fahrenheit, about 8 degrees Canadian. I don't know how you guys do I'm all about the metric system and everything, but this whole Celsius stuff, I mean, it to me, I don't know about you guys, but 8 degrees doesn't feel as nice as 46, and trust me, 46 is not what I would consider ideal. I'd like to see it in about the 70s, right, or better. So still, what's that, 20 something, 20 some degrees Celsius? That that doesn't excite me. Hey, I'm going to roll out of bed today and it's going to be 20 outside. I don't know. Like I said, I can get with all the metric stuff, and I kind of wish more and more as I've gotten into things as having to measure stuff, right? Who wants to deal with 5/16 of an inch, or if you really get crazy into some of the thousandths of an inch and hundreds of thousandths of an inch for if you're any kind of precision stuff. But millimeters, centimeters, everything is base 10 versus 12. I'm all about that. But yeah, the whole weather stuff. So I'm out here at the Morgan Monroe State Forest. Unfortunately, we don't have any snow yet. That will be coming. Um, but I was thinking about that this morning. My goal is to continue to do this year round. I was able to do it last year out here in the wintertime, snow on the ground. And one of the things that I don't like doing, well, part of it, even though my radio is not connected to the truck, at least the HF radio is the not connected to the truck's electrical system. I have an external battery system, and it still picks up uh, RF interference, RFI from the alternator and stuff like that. So I just don't run the vehicle while I'm doing these things. I want to give myself as much quiet as possible. Um, so when I'm doing this, I mean, maybe during the beginning part of it, I would leave the truck running to keep the heat in there. But when I'm operating, I don't want the extra noise. So I'm gonna have to find a way to maybe stay warm. I don't know. Maybe some well, actually, I got a 300 amp hour battery. Maybe that's what I can find. Get some of those thermal underwear that's heated, that you can run off your DeWalt batteries or something. Maybe I can adapt that to the 12-volt system, and uh, keep my britches warm or something while we're doing that. So we are out here, and we are going this morning. So if you are following amongst one of the other social media platforms, uh, YouTube is the one that I can guarantee will, if you want to get part of the chat, be part of the chat, we can go to the YouTube channel. Actually, if you kick the little QR code up there in the corner, find me. But if you go to graymanpota.com, it will have links to all my social media up there. But if you go to YouTube, you can get in and be part of the chat there, be part of the conversation. Some of the other platforms pick it up, but currently we are, in addition to YouTube, we are live streaming on X, Facebook, Rumble, and Instagram. So they all have their chats, and sometimes that gets passed through to here and not it depending on how the API gods are filling this morning. So, but let's just run through here and give some shout outs this morning. Good morning, Dave. Dave's in the chat. Eric, Kilo Delta 2, Hotel Whiskey Delta's in the chat this morning. Good morning. Let's see what else we got here. I was trying to give a little bit of time for people to jump in. Whiskey 4 Oscar Golf Whiskey's in there. Good morning. RW Monday. Robert, I believe, from Alabama. I met Robert at the Huntsville Ham Fest, and he lives in the oh, silly mate's right there in the comment. He's from Alabama this morning. Whiskey 9 Echo Golf Lima, Robert. But yeah, I had an opportunity to meet Robert in Huntsville, the Huntsville Ham Fest, and Robert's fairly new into the hobby. And I tell you what, this is a guy that was motivated by all kinds of stuff, digital modes and everything like that. So it was great to watch because he is sucking up the information and excited about that. And that's one of the great things about this hobby is, it's a hobby of 1,000 hobbies, and there's all kinds of stuff that you can get involved in. And honestly, I am hard pressed to hear people say that they're bored in amateur radio, because there is so much stuff in here, not only from a practical standpoint, the educational opportunities that you get. I will harp on it all day long. I am not a book learner. I can read a book and I will get bored with it because it means nothing to me. So for me, I have to put my hands on it, dive in there, stumble across something that I'm having an issue with that will allow me to kind of create a form a basis of what my problem is, what I don't understand, and then be able to go back to that reference material and find the answer that I'm looking for. I think that's one thing the Navy taught me very well was how to use my documentation. And I went through electronics school and did my time in the Navy before the internet was available, right? So we didn't have this I don't know if you guys saw it in the background. There was a Corvette that kind of pulled in here to the parking lot, stopped, and then backed out on the state road and launched. So there you go. I wish I had the camera up above that I could have switched to see that. It was kind of cool. But it was one of the newer, one of those C7, C6, C7, the newest body style Corvettes. But yeah, I get to get my hands in there and kind of wrap it around, and that's where I love things like, once again, I'm going to harp on it, Teachers Institute. The teaching kids by utilizing amateur radio, um, to give them something to a practical wrap their heads around, put their hands on things that they can use radio to see and understand all this stuff in school, in the STEM and the science realm of things that they're just not going to necessarily see from a book, right? You can teach physics as a math, you can teach it as a science, and when they don't get to understand it until they can put their hands on it. And you can do some things, you can put the egg in the foamy thing and drop it from the second floor and hope it doesn't break. But there's a whole other side of this out there, the stuff that you can't see. And using, once again, amateur radio to do that is just a great way to do it. Well, I tell you what, it's getting busy here this morning. Eric, Eric says the glare on my glasses makes me look purple, or my eyes look purple. It's yeah. I'll have to do. I got this. I'll put this up for now, as long as I don't have to read the screen. Um, I got to get some new glasses anyway, so I'll let them know. So, hey, good morning there, POTA boy. So, it's it's been a busy week for me. 2 nights ago, my wife and I went to the Walker Hayes concert up in Indianapolis. So, um, I like country, but I'm more of an um, older 90s country, 2000s, honky tonk type country. He's part of the newer pop country group. He's got some good songs, and it was interesting seeing the performer. He was was based on actual events in his life. And Applebee's having the Oreo shake cookie song and everything like that. So I did my obligatory, made my wife happy. I did my husbandly duties and took her to an event, and then Friday night I went to go see Tom Segura, which is a you know by all definitions a pretty vulgar comedian, but nonetheless I was with my friends, and it was guys' night, so went to that. And then tonight we're going to go see Penn and Teller, which is another one of those. Uh, they were probably big on TV when my wife was younger, so she's excited to see that piece of her childhood there. So, um, excuse me here. So busy, busy. I did. I did get a chance to get back out. I remember, guys, a couple weeks ago, I was just crossing over that 10,000 subscriber threshold um, here at the Morgan Monroe State Forest, and I just let me just share this here real quick. I got to put my glasses back on so I can see the screen. Um, so just coming out here every couple days, having fun, making some contacts. Well, maybe every day too. I don't know. Um, making some contacts, but I did. I think I hit. Um, well, so okay, so I'm at 10,994 contacts already, and I've got logs. I was out here last night over before 8 p.m. Eastern. So I contacts for yesterday's UTC log day and today's UTC log day. I've already crossed that threshold, so I need to upload those. Um, I kind of feel bad. I feel like I'm not giving people opportunities um, to activate here, but yeah, it's a big park. Um, but we'll okay, come on now. Also, Sports Parks weekend was last weekend. Activated from here, so I got um, both certificates. One for the activator and one for the hunter. Since I made park to parks from here during the period, I also did some hunting from home too. Just uh, make sure that there was plenty of people out there. But so if you're not familiar with the Parks on the Air website, there are a lot of cool things that are in here, statistics and stuff like that. I do have some goals that I want to set up this year or going into 2026. I want to get a few more states filled in. Um, so obviously, the states that I travel to, Nevada and California, are the western states. I fly in, and so I'm kind of limited to where I can operate from. If I try to expand that over the weekend, so I can go somewhere with a rental car and get some parks in. If I'm not gonna uh, be there at least on a weekend, I sometimes probably don't take a radio. Everything else is what's close to me and I can drive to. But one of the things that have been chewing on is I'm not a fan of driving. I just if it's more than 6 hours away, I don't really want to drive. But some of that is changing now. Um, I I don't mind it as much. I think a lot of it had to do with the weight loss and not being as uncomfortable in the car as I had been. So I'm going to, uh, and I think the other part of it is that when I was younger, I did a lot of driving, especially in the military, where I was um, bouncing between duty stations, stuff like that. And it seemed like, I go from Indiana to Virginia, from Virginia to California, and so a lot of long driving in there, and never been a fan of that. So, and then I used to live in Florida, and I'd come back and between Indiana and Florida, probably 3 or 4 times a year. So that just, and I'm impatient, right? So I'm like, I got as fast as I can get there, and I would just be so stressed out by the time I got there, um, that it just was uncomfortable. But POTA has given me a reason to kind of stop and smell the flowers, right? So my goal this year is, instead of flying to um, Orlando, I'm thinking about driving. Now the states south of me, Kentucky, Tennessee, um, I've already got parks in, so they're green here. Florida, I've got activated because I've done it a couple times down there while I was there for the hamcation. So Georgia would be the only one if I drove straight down there. One day it's, I don't know, 13, 14, 15, 16 hours, depending on how you drive and everything, traffic, that kind of stuff. But that's a long day's driving. So I'm actually thinking about maybe going out east and either going straight across Ohio over to, and maybe try to hit the tip of Pennsylvania, and then start heading south and see what states I can pick up on the East Coast, uh, going down and hopefully West Virginia, Virginia, uh, North Carolina, South Carolina, and Georgia. It gives me a little bit of opportunity. Now that's going to extend the drive out, maybe make it 2 days, and that's fine. I don't know how many. I got to map it out to see how many stops that's going to be. The good news is I'm not going to try to do like a 5 park or a 10 park rove in one day. Um, that I found to be too bad, but I'm going to try to map out stops where I could maybe stop and take a lunch break. Just do that at a park. I mean, I've got the ability here in the Bronco. I've got a refrigerator and I got all that stuff, so I can bring the food with me. I can bring the soft drinks, and if I can just find a park to swing into, and then obviously with the ATOS on the Bronco and the 891, I don't have to set up an antenna, so I can. I think I can maybe swing that and find find parks, state forests, recreational areas, something like that, that POTA entity that's along the route, and be able to do that and just stop and smell the flowers, I guess, and do that. So and go to the Ham Fest. We always uh, I go a little bit longer. I think the last couple of years everybody starts showing up down here on Wednesday. So if I were to leave on a Tuesday, maybe a Monday or Tuesday, and just take my time and get down that way, and then um, there for the Ham Fest, and then Sunday start driving back up, and I could probably drive somewhere. I don't know, not push myself, do another overnight at a campground, a park, a state park, or something like that, or even a hotel, and then get back the day after, and make that a little bit more fun. I obviously get yelled at for not taking enough time off from work anyway, so these kind of things have been a great area there. George says once you get to the New England area, you can bang out 6 states in about a weekend. That would be another interesting trip. I know Jason Ham Radio 2.0 and Kyle AA0Z did a um, something similar to that, where they flew out and met up out there. They hung out with Don Izzo for a while, and uh, they made a loop around those states up there, and activated a lot of the states up in the corner. And that'd be another interesting trip. I kind of envy the the people. I guess one hand I envy them, the other one, I'm not sure if I want to live a lifestyle constantly on the go, um, where um, you're kind of moving. So I envy the guys that can, uh, guys and gals that are basically living as full time RVers and traveling around. Mike, KE0VIM. Um, he's another one that goes out and documents his life on the road. He's got both the traveling ham. He's got both a ham radio channel. I think he also has the overlanding channel, um, and doing that where they live on the road. Um, and Eric also says he did the drive to Orlando several times from New York City, about 18 hours straight through. Yeah, that's the one thing that those straight through drives anymore, man. I think when I was stationed in San Diego, the girl I was dating was from the Dallas Fort Worth area, and we drove from San Diego to Dallas Fort Worth, and we went back to her place and for the holidays, so it was extended, fortunately. So and extended as in like we were there for I think at least 6 or 7 days, but it was a 24-hour drive straight through. Um, and she would drive and then I would sleep, and I would drive and she would sleep. And um, funny story, funny story. So she was Hispanic, and we would stop by Border Patrol because we were skirting along the Arizona along. Th- They would never ask her for ID, and they would wake me up and ask me for ID. Not exactly the uh, um, foreigner looking kind of guy, but that frustrated me several times because I got woken up more than once for those random stops, and like I said, not exactly uh, foreign, but and here we are. We're in a vehicle that's got an active base sticker on it and everything too, which was another one that kind of blew me there. George says To is a full-time YouTube, or I'm sorry, full-time RVer, and yeah, he is, and that's another one. Talking with Steve and everything. What did he say? He follows the heat, or follows the temperature, or follows the sun, or something along those lines, where he's not in the cold. And I can I can relate to that. I'm not a fan of the cold either. So I'm here in Indiana for the time being. Um, get that off the screen there. Um, I've still got two young kids at home, and one of the reasons that I'm from Indiana. I grew up here, and I have no family here. My wife's parents live here, but I have no ties to Indiana anymore. Other than that, but I have been um, I as a disabled veteran in the state of Indiana, and this has changed, so it's not current. It's based on your era that you're in, but I was in a time where they now pay they pay 100% of your kid's college for as a benefit from the state of Indiana. So they have to go to an Indiana State school. So IU, Indiana University, Purdue University, Ball State University are the three big ones Indiana has. So if business, it's Indiana University. If you want to be an engineer, industry, Purdue University, those are both top-notch schools. And so I'm going to stay here in Indiana, give my kids every opportunity to do that. And at the uh, time when my oldest son, who's 25 now, when he was looking through schools, I also worked at Butler University, which is a Big East private school in Indianapolis, and I had a secondary option by being an employee there, and I don't think they do this anymore either. Uh, they would cover full ride to for employees to go to the university there. So some options. So those I guess sacrifices that you make sometimes for your kids, and as parents, you'll definitely understand that. Um, Eric says military members have been caught trafficking people along the border. I get that. A different time though, but currently most likely, but uh, definitely I remember there's several times there were some areas in San Diego outside a little bit in the interior there where you could oversee Mexico, and a lot of off-roading, four-wheeling, and it wasn't a big deal. But come dusk, the uh, border patrol would kind of come through there and check up on you. Um, Good morning, Julie. What's this Kilo 2 Golf in there? What's going on with that, Julie? So Eric says, I-95 through the Carolinas is not so not so good. So I don't know. I'm looking forward to it, and I'm excited to start getting out there. Good morning, David. Um, Starting to travel a little bit more and just relax a little bit. Yeah, I think probably one of the things that I've realized in life is that life is too short. Sometimes you gotta stop, smell the coffee. So hey, let's get on the air. Oh, by the way, I forgot. I've actually had put up a new website. I kind of done one of those link tree things before, just as a basic, but I wanted to start diving in and doing a little bit more um, with the website and everything. So I have um, actually, did I share that? It's already shared in it. Yeah, here we go. So I have set up a new website, but the one thing in here, I don't know if you can see my mouse on the screen, is the sign up, the newsletter. So I'm gonna start sending out a weekly newsletter, but um, and just stuff that's going on around the web and with amateur radio and things like that. And one of the things that I've more and more people as my profile, I guess, has been elevated. I'm getting more companies sending me discount codes, things like that. So I'll get those listed in there. But the other thing is the giveaways. Um, I'm just going to start using that list as the the sign up. It makes it easier. But getting into these multi streaming platforms now, trying to do a giveaway across 3 or 4 or 5 different platforms. So the the newsletter email list, that will be the list of people that are drawn upon for the giveaways and everything like that. So get signed up. It's a simple. It is a two-step thing, so it is an opt-in, and you can opt out anytime you want. Also across the top here, links to all the different social media platforms that I'm regularly operating on. So you can do that and follow, and then obviously links to the videos that I've got posted up there, and you can watch them through whichever video on demand platform that you are uh, comfortable with. So let's go ahead and let's get started. Let's get some things brought in here. I think. Oh, all righty. So I wrapped up last night. I must have bumped it. I was on was that 30 meters and doing FT8 from here in the park. So well, that's annoying. Still need to get me a producer to make this a little bit easier here. So swing the antenna over to 40 meters. I did see, and I didn't mention it in the chat. Cooley, where'd it go? Where'd it go? I didn't. There we go. Cooley. Good morning, by the way. Kilo Alpha 9, Quebec Zulu Golf. Activated his first park last Sunday, US 2258. I believe actually we had a park to park too, Cooley, if I remember right. So congratulations. That's awesome. Welcome to the club, I think is the right thing there to say. So let's grab the microphone and move it around the mirror to cables down here.
Good morning, Tim.
Heard someone saying good morning, Tim. I am not seeing anybody. Not seeing any spots at all, which isn't. I'll bounce over here just to make sure. It looks like there's only 2 people, even on 40 meters, spotted right now. Is this frequency in use? November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot. Ooh, that's power. Is this frequency in use? November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot. Is this frequency in use? November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot. All right, let's do it. CQ Parks on the air. CQ Parks on the air. November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot calling CQ Parks on the air from US 4215, the Morgan Monroe State Forest. November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot calling CQ Parks on the air and standing by. CQ POTA, November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot calling CQ Parks on the air from US 4215, the Morgan Monroe State Forest. November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot calling CQ Parks on the air and standing by. CQ POTA, November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot calling CQ Parks on the air from US 4215, the Morgan Monroe State Forest. November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot calling CQ Parks on the air and standing by. Of course. CQ POTA, November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot calling CQ Parks on the air and standing by. Is the frequency in use? November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot. Is the frequency in use? November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot. CQ Parks on the air. CQ Parks on the air. November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot calling CQ Parks on the air and standing by. CQ POTA, November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot calling CQ Parks on the air and standing by. Well, that didn't take long. CQ POTA, November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot calling CQ Parks on the air and standing by. CQ POTA, November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot calling CQ Parks on the air and standing by. Kilo Echo Zero, Mike Alpha Delta. Sean, good morning, 5-9.
Hey, you're 5-5, Tim. Sounding good, 7-3.
All right, 73, my friend. November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot, yours, Ed. Kilo Echo Zero, Golf Echo, Alpha Echo.
Kilo Echo 6, Golf Alpha Echo, Tim.
Sorry about that, Dave. Hey, man, got you in the log, 55 this morning.
I got you 5-5 here in the Mike Oscar as well, Tim.
All right, thank you for the 5-5, Dave. Have a great day today in 73.
7-2, thank you. You're not there activating.
All righty, thank you. November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot, yours, Ed.
Whiskey Alpha 4, Tango Echo Delta.
Whiskey Alpha 4, Tango Alpha Delta. Teddy, good morning, 5-9.
Good morning. Watched your video. You done good. You're 5-9 in Tango November.
All right, thank you for Tennessee this morning. Have a great day today in 73.
Yes, sir.
All righty, thank you. November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot, yours, Ed.
Alpha Bravo 8 Lima.
Alpha Bravo 8 Lima. Ed, good morning, 5-9.
Yeah, good morning. You're 5-9 Michigan, 73.
All right, 73, my friend. November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot, yours, Ed. CQ POTA, November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot calling CQ Parks on the air and standing by.
Kilo Echo 8, Victor Charlie Bravo.
Kilo Echo 8, Victor Charlie Bravo. Stephen, good morning, 5-9.
Roger, 5-9 Ohio, 5-9 Ohio, over.
I copied the 5-9 into Ohio, my friend. Have a great day today in 73.
7-3.
All righty, thank you. November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot, yours, Ed.
Kilo Alpha 9 Alpha Sierra Uniform 2 Golf.
The Alpha Sierra uniform station?
That's going to be Kilo Echo 9 Alpha Sierra Uniform 2SL.
Kilo Echo 9 Alpha Sierra uniform. Abdul, good morning, 5-9.
Good morning. You're also 5-9 into Northwest Indiana. Have a good one, 73.
All right, 73, my friend. November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot, yours, Ed.
Kilo Alpha 9 Echo Golf.
The Quebec Zulu Golf Station?
Kilo 9 Delta Echo Golf. Zulu Golf.
All right, Zulu Golf Station. Try it for me one more time, please.
Kilo 9 Delta Echo Golf.
All right, Kilo 9 Delta Echo Golf. 1 second, please. The Zulu Golf Station.
Kilo Alpha 9 Quebec Zulu Golf. You're 5-5 in Central Indiana.
Kilo Alpha 9 Quebec Zulu Golf. Julie, good morning. I copied the 5-9 Central Indiana. You're also 5-9 Indiana. All right, 73 Delta Echo Golf, 5-9.
5-9 Wisconsin. Thank you, Tim. 7-3.
All right, 73, my friend. November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot, yours, Ed. Kilo Charlon, Golf Papa. Tom, morning, 5-1.
Morning, Tim. I have you 5-5, Massachusetts.
All right, thank you for Massachusetts this morning, my friend. Have a great day today in 73.
7-3.
All righty, thank you. November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot, yours, Ed. The Oscar Golf Whiskey Station? All right, Whiskey 4, Oscar Golf Whiskey George. Well, I tell you, you're in my noise floor there, but I'm going to give you a 4-5, 45. Whiskey 4, Oscar Golf Whiskey. Still with me? All right, I think I copied 4-4, my friend. Have a great day today in 73. All right, thank you. November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot, yours, Ed.
Kilo Oscar 4, Golf Alpha Romeo.
Kilo Oscar 4, Golf Alpha Romeo. David, good morning, 5-9.
5-9 Sierra Charlie. Thank you.
All right, thank you for South Carolina, my friend. Have a great day today in 73. November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot, yours, Ed. CQ POTA, November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot calling CQ Parks on the air and standing by. CQ Parks on the air, CQ Parks on the air, November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot calling CQ Parks on the air and standing by.
Whiskey 9, Juliet Bravo Romeo.
Whiskey 9, Juliet Bravo Romeo. John, good morning, 5-9.
Okay, thanks for the 5-9, but it's Whiskey 9, Japan Papa Radio. Jim in Illinois, we're your 5-7.
Hey, Jim, I made the correction in the log, my friend. I copied the 5757 into Illinois.
Okay, Tim, thank you very much. Thanks for being there.
All right, thank you. Have a great day today in 73.
73.
All right, thank you. November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot QRZ. CQ POTA, November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot calling CQ Parks on the air and standing by. CQ Parks on the air, CQ Parks on the air, November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot calling CQ Parks on the air and standing by. All right, let's go to 20 meters. So we can stretch out a little bit there. November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot going QSY to 20 meters. Watching the paint dry.
Bravo Yankee Niger, totally 593.
All right. Find the frequency that's not being used. There's a contest going on. Tap in my favorite 20 meter frequency. See what they got on the spats list. All right.
Adelante, buenos días.
Is this frequency in use? November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot. Is this frequency in use? November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot. CQ Parks on the air, CQ Parks on the air, November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot calling CQ Parks on the air from US 4215, the Morgan Monroe State Forest. November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot calling CQ Parks on the air and standing by. Yeah, Dave, you got to love it, man. They get in my way, right? I just thought they should know better. It's 9 o'clock. They're live streaming. I'm live streaming. They should be watching that instead of doing that contesting. CQ POTA, November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot calling CQ Parks on the air from US 4215, the Morgan Monroe State Forest. November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot calling CQ Parks on the air and standing by. CQ POTA, November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot calling CQ Parks on the air from US 4215, the Morgan Monroe State Forest. November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot calling CQ Parks on the air and standing by. CQ POTA, November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot calling CQ Parks on the air from US 4215, the Morgan Monroe State Forest. November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot calling CQ Parks on the air and standing by. Yep. Dang it.
Yankee Romeo Charlie Park US 2056. US 20.
Number 2. Echo uniform.
Well, is this frequency in use? November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot. Is this frequency in use? November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot. CQ POTA, November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot calling CQ Parks on the air from US 4215, the Morgan Monroe State Forest. November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot calling CQ Parks on the air and standing by. CQ POTA, November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot calling CQ Parks on the air from US 4215, the Morgan Monroe State Forest. November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot calling CQ Parks on the air and standing by. CQ POTA, November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot calling CQ Parks on the air from US 4215, the Morgan Monroe State Forest. November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot calling CQ Parks on the air and standing by. All right, November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot going QRT. All right, well, we'll go ahead and wrap it up. Not a great day, but not a bad day either. Anytime you're out there making contacts is always a good day. So just to run through the stats there, 12 Qs in actually about 4 minutes and 57 seconds of operating time. Actually, I'm going to have to look at that now since it says 7 minutes since the last Q. So maybe that's while I'm actively from the first to the last. I have to check with Sebastian on that one on those stats. I think that's probably what it is. So 12 contacts, all on 40 meters. 10 of the 52 U.S. states I had contacts in. And if we look at the map, here's our distribution of contacts today. So as far kind of southeast as Charlotte, North Carolina, Middle Tennessee, all the way out into the Missouri area, Springfield, Missouri, which is down there in the southwest corner of Missouri. Far north is Milwaukee, Flint, Michigan, and then all the way out into the Massachusetts area. So, 40 meters is kind of a interesting band and how it works. But during the day, it's very regional, but so it is at night too. So, but then every once in a while it gets long. K6EGG, Greg, I can hear him occasionally from his home in the Los Angeles area. So here in Indiana, but that's, full antenna to full antenna. So whatever he's using to the DX commander that I have out in the backyard. So not a bad run there of things. The coming up this week, actually, we've had a couple great interviews on the Kids Table, Ham Radio Kids Table. If you don't already subscribe to that channel. Every Wednesday night, we do a roundtable live stream. Myself, Vince VE6LK, Ham Smarter with Vince, Jeff K3JRZ, Frank KG6L, whatever his call sign is. You guys know Frank. Frank's around a lot in the YouTube circles. Mike, M2MAK, into MAK, and there's a handful of us. Carlos, we get together and do a regular Wednesday night live stream. Ham Radio Kids Table. It's not your grandpa's radio anymore. But so 2 weeks ago we had Ray Novak from ICOM on there, and ICOM America specifically, and he did a presentation on the 7300 Mark II, which is something I am very excited about. I like to be able to remote, and so I've got a Flex at home. I've got a Flex 6400, and it's a little pricey. And the newer Flexes are not in the 8600 series and the new Aurora, although one would argue that with the Aurora you're getting a little bit more with the integrated 500 watts. But for just that ability to remote, so some of these newer radios, I would put the 7300 in that every man's class of radio, and having the ability to remotely use it, whether you're actually in front of the radio or somewhere on the other side of the country, whether you're a CW operator, a voice operator, a digital operator, utilizing it with some of the newer technologies that they've got now, is just an awesome thing. And that's what I enjoy about my Flex. I've got a couple applications. I can use my laptop, I can use my iPad, I can use my iPhone, and if I'm in a hotel or if I'm traveling, or golly, man, God forbid I'm having to do something with the kids and I'm sitting there watching watching a sporting event or something like that, I can do FT8 right from my phone and keep myself occupied, stayed on the air. If I knew CW, if I knew Morse code, I could do some of that too. So great radio. Then last week we had Mark Smitty from Halibut Electronics on, had a great conversation about common mode current and stuff like that. And then this week we've got Aaron from Modern Morris, and we're going to be talking about his key, the nameless key V0, but also in there we're going to be talking about what time is it here? I got to watch the time. We're talking about kind of the blending of how Modern Morris came around, and it's a great story, right? This is a guy who is has a machine shop, and by trade, and liked a CW key. He wanted a key that he set out to utilize the tools and the skill to do something. Actually, not too dissimilar from the story from the guy over in Germany, the gentleman who just recently passed away, with the Bamatech keys. And this is his skill, his trade, and now it's art meets things. And so I'm very interested in talking with Aaron and getting more in depth in kind of that process. And that's kind of like one of the things that I wanted to start that kids table about, was this next generation of people that are coming into the hobby, and how they're blending that with all the other stuff that you can do, that all kind of is adjacent to and tied in. So that will be this coming Wednesday. So get over to the Ham Radio Kids Table YouTube channel and get subscribed. There's a QR code up there now, and I'll link it down in the description of this on the backside. So if you haven't seen it already, check it out, or you can just search Ham Radio Kids Table in the YouTube thing, and you will find it. So guys, I am going to get out of here. Once again, thank you for another fun Sunday here from the Morgan Monroe State Forest. And Ham Church is up next. Steve and T.O. I've figured that they need to make amends for their transgressions in the ham radio community this week. So they are streaming that, and so I'm going to get out of here. Everybody have a great Sunday. Enjoy the rest of the day. Have a good week next week. We will see you guys Wednesday night on the Ham Radio Kids Table, and we will talk to you later. 73.